Hi crafters, this is Jerry with Crafty Stash, and I'm here to do a couple of cards with you. One thing I've always done, and you can do the same as well because we're going to recycle and reuse things. I reuse old cards. So if somebody's going to send me a greeting card or thank you card, whatever the case is, I will reuse it somehow. So if I like the pattern on it or the picture, or it has a saying on it that I want to duplicate, I just go ahead and cut it up and use it on something else. Now, what I like to do is take a piece of cardstock, especially if I don't really care for the cardstock, and cover it up almost completely with my image. And what I'll do too is put a little extra something something on it to make it my own. So I'm not going to just uh, cut up a saying or a card and then just slap it on another card. I've seen that done, and I don't want to do that. I want to make it more creative, I guess. So I took this card, I cut it up to size. It was a larger card, and I cut it to my A2 card size. I put a piece of ribbon on it, and uh, if you have trouble with especially thin ribbon like this, just put a piece of tape on either side. I put some glue on the bottom of it, and then I put some just regular tape on it. Then I put my two-sided tape on it to connect it to my card base. And what I'll do as well, once I've trimmed it off, I'll put a little, ink on it. I'll ink it up around it to just kind of give it a little bit more something. It uh, finishes off that white edge and makes it pop a little bit. Or I could layer it on another piece of cardstock, but to save a little cardstock, which heaven knows I have enough, but you know, you want to save stuff. Then center it on here, put it down. Now I have my ribbon, and I put my ribbon on beforehand so that it would be behind this. Then I took some uh, ephemera, and this is from Prima Marketing, and it's just little flower pieces that I have had for ages. I just now opened it up, so I picked out a few of the ones that I wanted, or you can create your own, or you can die cut your own, however you want to do that. And goodness knows I have enough dies to do that as well, but use what you have. I had a old collection of some flat back gems, and I just popped a purple one just to bring out the purple in here. I took a saying from my Tim Holtz, and this is Small Talk, and all it is just little sayings that you peel off of here, and this is where I took it. And just find something that you want to say. I did put it on another piece of cardstock that I had. Uh, use up your little bits. I save everything, and I'm sorry that I do, but I do. And I have in front of me, I have a whole envelope full of, and this isn't the only thing I have, but I try to keep it handy because, as always, if you see it, you'll use it. If you don't see it, you won't use it. So I try to keep things visible to me, but you can't keep everything. Um, that's why I hadn't used this because it was tucked away someplace. So I went looking for it. This type of paper is really, really difficult to use a double-sided tape on or a tape runner on. It just peels right off. It doesn't stick. So you're going to have to use wet ink with this wet glue. So that's what I did. Put a little bit on there. And then I had a little something that I had made quite a while ago. Do you ever have just little shavings of paper? So I put it together, I stapled it together, and I was going to use it, but it just didn't fit how I wanted it. So I took a piece of the shaving from my base to cut it to size, put some double-sided tape on there, and if I can get the tape off, oops, well, got some ink on there, whatever, and double-sided tape seems to work better on the ribbon, so I did that. So I got that down there, and I'll take my little flower piece and I'll put that on there. I have some double-sided on this as well. I could use liquid glue if I wanted to. And I put just a banner cut on that so that I could make it a banner-like. Today is a good day. So simple, and I already have a picture. I already have this put together. It's pieces from what I already just shaved off of my card. And there you go. You have a card. So how easy is that? So I've made a few of them just for you to see. And use complementary colors. Just pull something off of here. I just lined it with, or layered it with some green, put it on this green polka dot, and I just need to put a saying on it, maybe an embellishment, and I'm good to go there. Then I had this one, and it said with thanks, so it had a saying on it already. So I layered it with a couple of different colors to pull out the colors there. I put some old flat backs on there. Actually, these were covering up some holes that were in the card itself. It was on a bulletin board at one time. So that's what I did with that. And I had another one somewhere and I just cannot find it. But anyway, now you can also use some already cards bases that already are done rather than using paper. So if you're not into scrapbooking, you want to buy a bunch of paper, you can buy these packs of cards. I can't find the card pack right now, but these are from Paper Studio, and I think I got them for $5 a box, and they are, I don't know how many, but there's quite a few, maybe 30 in a box with the envelopes, and so all you have to do is just embellish them. And so a couple of the cards that I'm going to show you, I did that, or one of them at least. So I took this one, took the card base, and I die cut. These are from Anna Griffin Treasury Collection, and so I just took the bird, back cut it with the die, and I had a piece of raffia that came from, actually, my husband had just bought me some honey, and it had some raffia wrapped on it for packaging. So I took it and put it on the card, thinking of you. This is a male, it's for a fella, so I wanted to make it more muted. And I think the bird in the black, because this is stamped, in the black over the beige cardstock, it doesn't, I could make it pink for a gal, or green, or I could color it in or do whatever I wanted to. So this kind of makes it, he's not feeling well, so I made a get well card out of that. And let's see, this one I had already shown you. I had done a get well card. I did two of them. So this is a for a fella as well. Some old Christmas paper that doesn't look too Christmassy, and wishing you a speedy recovery. And then for a girlfriend that's not feeling well at all, I took a Crafter's Companion create a card and cut it. It has little butterflies on it. I just backed, these dies cut into the paper, not out of the paper. So I just cut it with a matching paper of the base. This is a 6x6 card. Backed it with a blue to make it pop, and just not cut it, but just tore it around just to make this like that. Put a little "You're awesome to the core," and put some apples on there, and I have a really nice card for her to get well also. And one last card that I made, I don't know if I showed this or not, I made it a while ago, but this was a congrats to a mom to be, and I had some baby paper, and I just made the card base out of that. And then it wasn't a double-sided, so I wanted to create some kind of a base there. I'll put a sentiment in it, but I took this congrats, and this was, I took about four of those congrats, cut them out. They're die cuts, and I layered them, and it gives it a nice texture on there. And then stamp the mom to be on with that. So those are a few cards, some ideas, and hope you're crafting today. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. It's 59 degrees, going to be cool all the rest of the week. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be outside for a little bit because it's sunshiny. And you have a great craft day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye bye.